I'm the mercenary, Flip Gordon. And I'm joining the USAssassin's team.
Yeah, this is USAssassin. They bout the action, ready to make it happen. Yeah, this is the elite government task force. Whole team is official, what more could you ask for? Yeah, this is USAssassin. You don't want drama, if they pull up, they blasting. Monsters of the graveyard shift. You ain't never seen a squad quite like this. We got Bazooka Dog, and he don't cut no slack. A dog with a giant bazooka on his back. Slither is a reptilian, alien, 3 snakes for a tongue. You don't wanna mess with him. Sensei Steel, who is so mysterious, martial artist and trainer. Swift with the kicks. Zero Face is a bad guy turned good. The mercenary is a beast, get it understood. Takeout is a fast shooter, fast draw. Kirby is the Lone Ranger, but she hits hard. Lieutenant Rafe, second in command, yes indeed. Who's the brains of the team? A super ninja at the lead. Yeah, hey, this is USAssassin. Yeah, this is USAssassin. Let's go.
What happens to your favorite comic book characters when their series are canceled? A group of heroes break into the real world to track down their creator and demand to finish their stories so they can fulfill their destinies. Written by Mark Poulton, writer and co-creator of Graveyard Shift. With art by Cesar Madaro. Comes this beautifully illustrated 80-page graphic novel. Featuring a jam cover by the legendary George Perez and Cesar Madaro. Loose Threads. Back it. Only on Indiegogo.
To the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Hey, Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
I don't know how to stop, I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. Wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready.
John Poulton, keep it entertaining, you already know when outworking everybody and he don't ever quit. Talking about plenty comics like Graveyard Shift, Sea Dogs, Fighting Wolf, USAssassin, doing just what he loves, this is his passion. Bring more value to your dollar, no I'm not fronting, that's how just a writer became a moral compass. This is Primetime Poulton, this is Primetime Poulton, let's go.
What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. It's the Moral Compass. Poppy, and this is Revolution Live. With me as always, because it's not Sunday, Big Gravy, Chris Graves. What's up, Chris?
No football on today, so
No
yes,
football.
I'm here.
And of course, the talk of the convention, Enrico Botta. What's up, Botta Binkster? You're muted, Enrico. There he is. Nope, he's muted.
All right, there you go. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man.
All right.
Great weekend. I didn't want to do a full SpawnCon recap today. We'll talk a little bit about it, but I want to save it for Sunday. I don't want to take away from our guest, John, and his new book, Black Tiger. But we'll mix in a little SpawnCon talk. I know Ice Pick Mark Penguin, he's looking forward to hearing all the tales of the legendary SpawnCon. We also got Christopher Bouchard in the house. Hello, everyone. Question, when will the SpawnCon preview books go out by chance? That's a great question, Christopher. You can get the SpawnCon exclusives on Fund My Comic, and they will go out starting this weekend. This Thursday, I'm going to be in Enrico's neck of the woods. I'm going to have him sign all of his covers. Then this weekend, I'm going to be by Chris Graves' house and have him sign all his books. And then I'll start fulfilling them. So this weekend, books start getting mailed. Be on the lookout. We got K-Plan 1142 in the house. What's up?
What up?
What's up, K-Plan?
Amanda B. sharing the links. Indiegogo, Writhe Payne. Thank you so much, Amanda. Mark Penguin says, hope you guys didn't catch any con crud. I think I'm good. What about you, Enrico?
I think we're clear. Hopefully. Yeah.
That altitude will get you, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we were both experiencing little issues out there. Mark says, Amanda B, doing the Lord's work as always. Sharing the Fund My Comic link. Thank you. That's where you can get those SpawnCon exclusives. We got John from Beyond Time in the house. He'll be here at 7:30.
All right.
Oh, we got Nicholas Gear in the house. What's up, Nicholas? Thanks for joining us. Go sign up for Relentless Tin Soldier 3 on Indiegogo. It's going to be a dual launch. USAssassin 4, Relentless Tin Soldier 3, guest starring USAssassin. And Nicholas' story picks up right after USAssassin 4. So you'll want to get that.
Very cool. Is this the first time something like that's happened? Like a crossover releasing at the same time?
I believe so.
Pioneers.
Well, anything else new? Oh, Amanda B complaining. What else is new? Geez, I missed the guy, so I came early, thinking that's a mistake. You don't like the 10-minute intro, Amanda B? Come on. It's comfort. It's comforting to see that.
It's like chicken soup for the soul.
It is.
It's not soup at all. It's a 10-minute intro.
Yeah. Promotes all the books. Amanda B. Oh, did you use your new backdrop? I wish I did. I didn't want to bring it with me though, because I would have had to check it. The hardware for the banner is very, very big, but I think next year I gotta bring it. It makes a statement, Enrico.
Yeah, I think so for sure. Next year, it was nice not to bring it. It's nice not to have it this year, just because we were feeling it out, and it was okay. No regrets. But yeah, next year I think it would be cool.
I said it makes a statement, and that statement I told you, it's like a giant middle finger to the rest of the convention floor. Like, look at my giant banner.
Mine's bigger than yours.
Amanda B says, hello, Graves.
Hello.
We got Toe Jam 30 in the house. Yo, what's up?
Hey, Toe.
Amanda B says, oh no, TMC murdered someone. He's covered in blood. Still celebrating Halloween a day later.
Residual Halloween spirit.
Toe Jam 30, we want SpawnCon deets. We'll talk a little bit about it, but in depth this Sunday on the Writhe Payne Horror Movie Club. Can you make it, Chris?
What time?
Time? 5 p.m.
Maybe.
I brought you home gifts from SpawnCon. Come on, man.
Yeah, no. I appreciate it.
Oh, our third
Rain Man.
at SpawnCon, Jay from Desolate Soul Studios in the house. He was like having my own bodyguard there. Like, Jay trailing me 2 feet behind wherever I go. I felt
Nice.
like, Justin Bieber.
Hey, Jay, what's up? It was fun hanging out with Jay.
Jay laughing at me.
Of all the fucking people you pick, you say Justin fucking Bieber.
I mean, we're both heartthrobs. What?
Holy shit.
Jay was making fun of me at that haunted attraction.
Uh-oh.
I got a little scared. Somehow I got hooked into leading our group. So of course, everyone who jumps out at me.
Mm.
I mean, Jay is huge and intimidating, and Enrico's maybe Enrico's a little bigger than me, but I don't know. I got scared a few times. I may have jumped once or twice.
No, Mark, you were our human shield. I think you were a very, very brave soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda B says, "Hey Jay, congrats on the 1 year." Amanda says, "Is it my internet or YouTube acting wonky?" I don't know. Mark Penguin says, "YouTube has been wonky the last couple days. Fine for me now, but was hella glitchy during Shelby's stream earlier today."
Oh shit.
Jay still laughing at me. The Moral Believer. What's up, Chauncey?
Chauncey.
Ted, that's an inside joke for me, Enrico, and Jay. K-Plan says it's okay on my end. So we're all caught up with the chat. All right. A little SpawnCon teaser. Enrico and I, we arrived in Denver early, like 11 a.m. Man, the minute we stepped out of that Denver airport, that cold air just hit you.
It was frigid. Yeah, it was cold.
Frigid, yes. We got a little snow, 6.5 inches of snow while we were there. We made a few walks through the frozen tundra to Jersey Mike's and Ruby Tuesdays.
Yeah, I had to go to the Starbucks there.
Yeah.
Traveled there.
I love Ruby Tuesdays, though.
Yeah.
It was fun. We got the salad bar, Chris. I mean,
Okay.
Ruby
salad
Tuesday.
bar was good. Other stuff too, but the salad bar was good, man.
Oh no. Toe Jam says Eagles play at 4:30
Uh-oh.
against the Cowgirls. Do we move the show up early so Chris can join?
You'll have to catch the recap.
Chris will miss the recap too. But
I don't think I've never rewatched a show of ours. Have you guys?
Maybe.
Yeah, I've watched it a couple. Sometimes I'll like set it up when I'm running on the treadmill and like just to play it back and see how we did or whatever. I think I did that like 2 times. It's fun.
Sometimes if I'm a fan of the work I did that night, I'll rewatch. I'm just saying.
I'd like to see how we. It's fun to watch back. The McFarlane one is funny. The commentary one with the book, because there's a couple parts in there where we were questionable things that were said.
Nicholas says the Eagles will be out of it by 5.
Oh, geez, he must be.
Is Nicholas a cowboy
cockroach?
Chauncey says, "Hey, Amanda." Amanda B says, "Wait, I thought Graves went." No.
No.
Amanda, where have you been?
No.
Chris had to cancel last minute.
You would have had fun, dude. Next year.
It's all good, man.
Nicholas Gear says, "You think Justin Bieber rewatches his concerts?"
Right.
Good point.
It would have been crowded.
I never watch the shows. I never watch them. But man, SpawnCon was great. The people that threw it did a hell of a job. All the guests were fantastic. The fans were fantastic. Chris, Enrico, I'm serious. He was the talk of the convention.
Yeah,
Everyone wanted that SpawnCon poster he did.
that's
the
awesome,
event
man.
poster.
Thanks. Yeah, it was busy, man. It was really cool.
That's good.
He started commissions when we got there, and he didn't finish until closing time Sunday night.
Excellent.
Yeah. As he said, I'm not doing any more sketches, Mark. I'm not doing any more sketches.
And then everybody would come up with one.
You worked them to death.
Yeah.
That's Mark.
Amanda B says, have we seen that poster?
Man, she's been gone a minute, huh?
Yeah. Can you share the image, Enrico?
I'll go.
Or the actual physical poster?
Yeah, I have the actual physical poster. Give me 2 seconds.
But yeah, no, everyone was coming up. They loved the poster.
Nice.
Enrico did a panel on toy creation and collecting. He was great on that as well. I got to talk to Thomas Healy, editor-in-chief at Spawn.
Mm-hmm.
I put in some good words for you, Chris.
He knows.
He knows. Enrico got me out of my comfort zone. He made me network, Chris, if you can believe that.
Yeah.
I had to pull you by your bootstraps over there. We even pissed off a couple of waitresses.
Yeah, we were pissing off the waitresses. Well, Enrico was, and I was just, caught in the crossfire.
Chris would have been right there with me, for sure. For sure. We were at one table, and then, there was, was it Tom Healy, Brian Haberlin, Ben Templesmith, a couple other people at the other table, and I'm like, we're going over there. We're sitting with them. That's what we're doing. And then the waitress was kind of like, yeah, this is a no scoot zone. You can't move. And I'm like, can't move. Move. I'm moving. I'm sitting over there with Ben Templesmith and Tom Healy. Forget you. I'm never going to see you again.
They're close personal friends of ours.
Drug everybody over there, and Mark came and see, man, you're sitting right next to Tom Healy and chatted up. You brought up the Burbs and you melted his heart.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
We bonded over the Corys. Who would have thunk? But that waitress, she came and slammed some plates on our table and said, "You can order at the bar now."
No way.
Yeah. I was like, whatever. Thanks a lot. I did.
Jay says, "Oh man, was she pissed off?" Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so here's the poster.
That's fucking funny.
Check it out real quick. I still have a few of these left. So. Can you see? Is there glare? I'll pull it.
No,
a little higher. A little higher.
Let me get it out of its sleeve here. It's a little bit of a glare. There we go. So this is what it looks like.
Kind of do a slow pan. There you go.
Look at that.
Great stuff, man.
Yeah, a little Halloween-y spawning going on there.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Great job, Enrico.
Thank you very much. Everybody liked it because it had, it commemorated the show. And the SpawnCon guys created a little flyer using this artwork, too. I, updated a bit. I put the website on there and the time of the show and stuff so they could use it as a flyer. So a lot of people, recognized it. And
the other cool thing about it is
we're kind of looking for it. Yeah.
It's like a different style. It's a different type of print that people were selling. The orange pops, man. It's a great piece.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. It worked to my benefit.
Amanda B says Enrico is a social butterfly. He is. After we, hobnobbed with all the guests for an hour, we went to dinner, and then Enrico went back to the bar to do some more, hanging out and networking. I told him I reached my limit. I don't like people. I'm done being social.
I'll tell that story on Sunday during the recap, but I have a great story about when I returned to the bar to meet everybody again.
Enrico's just full of stories. He's a good person to go to a convention with. He just keeps you laughing the entire time.
This is true.
Christopher Bouchard says, "What DC multiverse figures do you have, Enrico?"
What DC multiverse figures do I have? I have a few. I mean, most notably though is the Michael Keaton Batman one here. which took me
impossible to find now.
Yeah, a little bit of glare there, but yeah, he was pretty cool.
Nice.
Sorry about the glare, but he was difficult to get. But yeah, most notably that one. I have a couple Batman. I have a couple Batman up there and some Swamp Things and a couple other multiverse Batmans. Like there's like an Arkham Asylum looking one, and of course the Todd McFarlane designed one. You gotta have that one. You know, again, a little bit of glare, but
very cool.
Yeah, that one comes with Todd's like signature, so I had to get that one.
Amanda B says your poster is nice. She likes the pumpkin. Nicholas Gear says, is it going to be in Colorado again next year? I believe SpawnCon is going to be a traveling convention, a different destination each year. There was a rumor going around next year is in Orlando. Not confirmed, though.
Ooh.
It would be awesome if it was.
Mark thinks your poster is fire.
Thanks,
Amanda
Mark.
B says TMC doesn't like people. Amanda B, I'm a little. You might find this hard to believe, but I'm a little shy.
Yeah, Mark's
bashful, as Christopher Graves would say.
The big cheese wanted to know why you didn't go on the show. That's just it. I didn't want to say anything. It's bashful.
Mark says, I got my McFarlane Toys Weapons Pack 3 in the mail today.
Nice.
Jay says, gotta go, but have a great stream, guys. And it was effing great meeting both of you.
Great meeting, Jay.
Jay, watch Phantom Fun World, and then you join us this Sunday because we'll review the movie and we'll talk SpawnCon, do a wrap up. Maybe Chris Grace can join us. Maybe. No promises, guys. The Eagles are playing. Maybe we do it early. I don't know. We'll talk it over.
If you change the time, just let me know. I mean,
okay.
Even if you bump it, say you bumped it up a bit or later. I don't know if you can do that.
I get sleepy, Chris.
Yeah, they're with you.
I don't like people, and I get tired.
That's called 50s. You yell people to get off your grass, Mark.
Jay says Little Gravy needs to be there.
Oh.
Shots fired.
Yeah, look, it's the bullshit. He hangs with you guys for 2 days, and now he's talking shit. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean?
All right, he saw me in person. He was like, "Damn, Mark."
Yeah, that's what it is.
Amanda B says, "Not too early. I need to watch it." Amanda hasn't been watching lately. This is the first Revolution she's been at in a while, man.
True.
But we appreciate when you're here, Amanda. Thank you for sharing the links. Christopher Bouchard, I lost count of the McFarlane vintage and new figures I got. Mark says, don't worry, I already watched the film. Good job, Mark. All right, we got a guest here tonight. We got John Hervey, creator of Black Tiger, which is now on Indiegogo. Let's bring him on.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, John.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, John.
How you doing, brother?
It's going great, man.
Appreciate you guys having me on, man. Appreciate you.
So, John, you have a new book on Indiegogo, but
yes,
first
sir.
Things first.
Yes.
Don't you think Chris should watch the movies for the horror show that we do?
I mean,
hold up, real quick. I mean, it's a fucking struggle to show up. Now you want me to watch fucking movies and shit too, right?
Wait until we start reading and reviewing comics.
Oh, kiss my ass. I don't read comics. I don't think I've read a comic in fucking 30 years, man.
At least you could look at the pictures and pretend.
I look at the fucking pictures like Mark, and I feel bad because I love him to death. He's a great writer, some of the stuff that I did see. But he hands me, he's like, hey, man, here's all these books. I'm like, oh, thanks. Just go through the fucking pictures. I'm right back in the box.
Well, you know what? If you go through the sequential art, you got 80% of the story, brother.
My man.
If the artist is good enough, you can figure out the story.
Right.
That's right. And if you got a great imagination, make your own story up.
That's it.
Amanda B says, throw him under the bus, John. Tell me he needs to watch these movies.
Well, apparently he needs to go watch his Eagles.
My man.
You know, I can't. I'm not an Eagles fan, but I can't fault the man.
Mark says the horror show named after his creator-owned book. I'm telling you.
Right. I've done enough.
Amanda's sticking up for you. He needs to get Shinobi Sasquatch out. People have been waiting long enough.
My first page is.
I saw it. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Cal must be, happy as can be seeing new Shinobi Sasquatch.
Yeah, I think he got a couple of nice comments about it. I think someone even wants me to do like some traditional stuff, and they're gonna.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, it's pretty.
See,
That's awesome.
that's good stuff.
All right, now
Any hour, just talk about his stuff, man.
sorry, brother.
Nah, you're good.
John, tell us a little about yourself. How'd you get into comics? Were you always a fan?
Always a fan. I started working. First worked professionally in comics in '95.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow!
I was working for Michael Davis, who was one of the founders of Milestone. He formed a company in LA in the Miracle Mile area with Motown. Motown had an animation division, and they had a comic book imprint called Motown Machine Works. So they were distributed by Image. So I started off, my buddy got me a job there. I was in college at the time, and he was an editor, and I was a gopher. But I was always, pitching Mike Davis on ideas. I was like, hey, I got this. And there were certain properties that the company had. It's like, hey, I got this idea for Trouble Man, and blah blah blah. And he's like, hey, that's a great idea. But what I really need you to do right now is go get me a donut and some coffee. That's what I really need you to do. That's what a high jazz for. That's what I really need you to do.
So John, that was almost 30 years ago. How old were you? Like 8?
No, man. I mean, I'm 53 now.
Oh wow!
So I'll let you do the
I would
math.
have never guessed.
Hey, black don't crack, baby. So I mean, funny stories at Motown Animation. Coolio came in, and
Awesome.
so
That's awesome.
he wanted. This is when Gangster's Paradise was big,
Oh shit.
and he wanted to do. This is not a lie. He wanted to do his own comic. So his idea. He was like, hey, he was just kind of brainstorming. Hey, what if we did this comic about me, blah, blah, blah. Like, what if I took some radioactive crack? Golly, man. Like, it's like,
wait, that's a hell of an elevator pitch right there.
It's like,
Coolio on radioactive crack.
Can't we do any better, man? Can't we do any better? I was like, can't we all just get along? Come on, no. We're not. So needless to say, we didn't make Coolio on radioactive crack. That deal never happened. But I spent my first. I was in college. I spent the first year and a half there gophering. Then I started having an opportunity to do some assistant editing. One of the guys that worked there that still does a lot of work in the industry is Chris Sotomayor. So that's my dude Soto. He had this great collection of Gotchaman on VHS, and he lent it to me, and my mom taped over part of it. It was bad, man. It was bad, man. It was bad. I still get heat for that. But that's a whole different problem.
Something like that, you got to break that little tab off the VHS so you can't tape over it.
Yeah, man. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I learned some valuable lessons. Kids, they don't have problems like that today. Getting their VHS taped over. And my mom was notorious for that. She taped over my Thundercats. She taped Days of Our Lives over my Thundercats.
Oof.
She taped over my Robotech, man. And that was a big deal.
Robotech.
That was my
Was Voltron safe at least?
You know what? My buddy had Voltron on VHS, so we were good to go. The Lions, not the cars.
Yeah, Lions, not cars.
Yeah, Lions, not cars.
Wait, I don't know the rest, but I need to ask you one more. Do you know Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs?
No.
Okay, just checking. That one came on back to back with Voltron when I was a kid, at least where I was watching it. So it was like,
really,
yeah, it was cool. But figured I'd ask.
No, I never heard of that.
I never heard of it either. I think Enrico's just making stuff up.
No, real. Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs.
Okay, where'd you grow up, Enrico?
In PA and New Jersey.
So New Jersey just had their own thing going on.
Listen,
they just had like cartoons that nobody else had.
I don't remember that bullshit.
Yeah, I never heard it. He's with two Jersey guys. We never heard of this.
Look it up. Look it up.
I don't.
To be honest, I wasn't a Voltron fan either.
Back to John. Enough of that.
You weren't a Voltron fan?
Cool, no. End of story.
What did you like though?
I was more like, I guess Transformers was my thing.
Transformers is cool.
Yeah, so I know. It's almost like Marvel DC feeling. Like, you like one or the other more. You favor the other a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah.
Transformers was more my thing.
I like Transformers. How about
Dragon Ball tapes, right?
Oh, fucking Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I watched that all the time.
Yeah. No, I like Transformers. For me, it was more like kind of Transformers versus GoBots.
Oh, yeah. That makes more sense. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like more of a Transformer guy versus a GoBots.
I don't know what it is about Voltron. I just didn't dig it.
GoBots were cheaper, though. So I had more GoBots.
Did you? Well, because they were cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin had Transformers.
They were cheaper, man.
Yeah.
GoBots are cool, man. If you go back and look, at the time they were like the stepchild of Transformers. But no way, pretty cool. And then you have the marriage kind of Transformers and G.I. Joe, in my mind at least.
Yes. Mask was great.
Totally cool, right?
Yeah, Mask, that was a cool show. The toys were cool. I mean, that was all good.
Mark Penguin says, I live in Ohio and I heard of that because we had it.
Okay, that's fair.
Chauncey says Transformers and Voltron is like PB&J.
Say it. Man, I loved Voltron. I remember we went to this, my friend and I, there was this like kind of bootleg Voltron toy. And we were able to find it at a swap meet. It was called like Lion Bot, but it was basically it was Voltron. It was just straight up the Voltron toy, but like 50% cheaper. Obviously made at the same place, same manufacturer. They slapped on wherever in China, and they called it Lion Bot and was selling it at the swap meet. So that's how I got my Voltron. My Voltron was really Lion Bot.
No, I think I got the same thing for Christmas. The line I got the bootleg Voltron.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you're just as happy.
Oh yeah.
In your mind, that's Voltron. In my mind, that was Voltron.
Thrift store Voltron.
Yeah. So I worked at Motown Animation. That's where I was first published. I did end up getting to write this book called Trouble Man. My buddy Chuck Drost, he was the creator of it, and we would just kind of take some of his ideas, and I kind of riffed off of them and started writing up some scripts for him. And long story short, I mean, you guys remember kind of back in the day with publishing, you got to go through Diamond, go through the Diamond distributor and go through that whole Bible of content. So Motown had already put the solicitation in Diamond, and Chuck had already done the preponderance of the story, and he did it kind of based on what I had structured as a story. But we had like a writer that was known that was going to write the story. Long story short, the writer ghosted, and Mike Davis said to me, "Okay, well, hey, it was a Thursday. He's like, you're going to come back on Tuesday. You're going to come back here with a full script. You've been bugging me so long. You've been wanting to write." He's like, "Hey, but no pressure. But don't worry. You blow this, you won't work in this industry again. But hey, no pressure. Just go write." So I didn't tell him till years later that it was already written, because I've been working with Chuck. So I already had the script written. So I was just massaging it. Came back, acting like I hadn't slept in days. Brought him the script. He's like, "Hey, this is actually decent," and got published for the first time, writing the first 3 issues of Trouble Man. And, did some work sporadically beyond that, but never really got traction, kind of in the industry trying to get work. So had the opportunity to start making my own books. And even though I'd worked at a publisher, I mean, you guys know making your own book is, man, that is a whole different venture, when you've got all levels of production that you got to take care of. So it's like I'm a writer, so, I'm hiring the penciler, the inker, the colors, the letters, and my wife, she's an educator by trade. So she was helping me with a lot of the editing, from kind of top to bottom, and started off back in 2005, actually, with Black Tiger. That's the first time I published Black Tiger, first issue of Black Tiger. And I did that through Diamond, and that was a financial disaster. Just because the economics of trying to self-publish through Diamond. And I think I ended up getting, 28 cents on the dollar, off my cover. And that's after I paid for everything.
Wow.
I paid for everything, including like the ad, the ads that go into Diamond that nobody looks at because it's all the way at the back of this ginormous thing. And like by the time the retailers have gone through at the time, Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, and back then you had like CrossGen, you had all these other publishers, and then you get to the indies that have, that nobody knows anything about. And that's the reason why all the indies had an A. They're aardvark. They're, everything, they're trying to be at the very, very front of the back, the front of the caboose.
No, I worked for one of them. I worked for Arcana Studio.
There you go. There you go. I found that out later. So you got to have an A. Did Arcana end up getting sold though? No,
the owner ended up going into animation. He owns an animation studio in Canada, one in China. He's doing fantastic.
Good for him. I used to see him at San Diego Comic-Con back in the day.
Yeah, he used to have a huge booth right up by DC. But now his focus is on movies.
Man, good for him. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, one of the success stories of the indie comics world.
He needs to make some of your stuff, brother.
He's working on it.
Okay, well then there you have it.
Yeah.
There you have it. Yeah, that was a whole fun world. Just like the convention circuit. San Diego Comic-Con, watch that transform, from like part of the hall to the whole hall. I remember when I first started going there, it was just fanboys and booth babes.
Yeah.
And artists, and some writers. That was it, but now it's like a full media extravaganza, and you don't find a whole bunch of comics there anymore.
Yeah, although I guess last year they were saying it was the return of the comics because a lot of the studios pulled out. But I remember like my first year going to San Diego was like around 2006, and it was still like before Hollywood took over. I guess in the later years, like when it got closer to like 2010, 2011, Warner Brothers and DC would have these huge like group booths that were incredible, where the whole crowd was just flocked around the Justice League cast. It was incredible.
Yeah. No, they did all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I remember they were giving out, they had these like cool little like Green Lantern rings.
Mm-hmm.
So man, I jacked like 10 of those, man. Man, brother, I lost all those joints. That's what I get.
Yeah.
It's like, one ring per person. Just so hasn't this guy been here before? No, that's another guy. But good times.
So after like the initial Black Tiger going through Diamond, what did you do after that?
So I started just publishing on my site, and it was really just trying to gain some readership. So it was, people could just come on the site and read, read content. I was no longer publishing physical at that point, just because I couldn't make the economics work. And then you kind of fast forward to, I'd say 2019, I think, was, when I got hip to crowdfunding. And kind of the way it worked was the first crowdfunding platform I put Black Tiger on was actually Kickstarter. And then a buddy of mine's like, hey, you ever heard of this group Comicscape? So one buddy's like, man, you need to get down with that. Another guy was like, man, you need to stay away from that. So I'm just like, okay.
Sounds about right.
So I'm like, so what's what? And they're just like, these are the guys, blah, blah, blah. And they mentioned John Malin. So I reached out to him. They're like, oh, you got to stay away from that guy. So I reached out to him and he had me on his show.
Yeah.
And then he was just kind of like, hey, you obviously don't know what's up. This is what's up. This is why a lot of people here are not going to back your stuff. You're on Kickstarter. And then he also went through the campaign, was just like, and here's some things that you could do better on how you structured your campaign. So he helped me, in that regard. And I remember it was kind of funny because he was giving me like knowledge. He was like schooling me in a really good way. And I saw some people in the chat. They're like, "Oh man, this dude's getting roasted." I'm like, "Man, I'm getting knowledge. I don't really feel like I'm getting roasted." He's telling me what's up. So
I mean, that's today's thing where constructive criticism is considered an insult or shit like that. It's like you said, you take it for what it is, man. If he's telling you, change this, it's going through his experience, man. Like you said, it's knowledge. It's not criticism.
Absolutely,
for a reason.
I made the changes within 12 hours of that show. And was able to make my Kickstarter goal. And because my campaign was really floundering, I was able to make my Kickstarter goal. And then I launched on Indiegogo and just, been just being a part of the community, ever since. I mean, at the end of the day, not to the extent that you fine gentlemen are doing it, but I just love to make books, and I love independent books. It's a great community for backing books and just doing your thing. So that's my story in a nutshell.
Mike McMahon says, looks like a great campaign.
Appreciate you, brother.
So
absolutely.
So this is Black Tiger Hidden Dragon Volume 2, but you have three books, correct?
Yeah,
that you can,
kind of confusing, huh? Volume 2 is the third graphic novel because Legacy of Fury, which is a 172-page graphic novel, that's the first story arc.
Yeah.
And then Hidden Dragon is the second story arc. And the first volume contains basically the first 3 issues, which is 88 pages. And then this second volume contains the last 3 issues, the last 88 pages of that story arc. So that's why it's volume 2, but it's still pretty much the third installment.
Chauncey says, it's not a roast. Take what you need and leave what you don't. 100%.
Absolutely, man.
And Chauncey. Mike says, buried under kids or I'd be on. So let's dive into volume 2 of Hidden Dragon. Should I play the video?
Let's do it.
Welcome, Beyond Time travelers. We're excited to bring you the final 88-page chapter in the Black Tiger Hidden Dragon story arc, where the rubber meets the road as Assistant Defense Attorney Jen Fong must balance her career and personal life with her blossoming power and responsibilities as Black Tiger. Jen must survive an insidious game of death and a lethal encounter with the Metahuman Activities Division of the Los Santos Police Department as the city streets run ablaze with criminal activity. Along with pulse-pounding action, this graphic novel reveals inconceivable truths about the Black Tiger power, ranging from ancient Mayan civilization to feudal Japan. Picking up where Volume 1 left off, Jen must go farther, dig deeper, and bring it with more bone-crushing kung fu than ever before in order to save the city of Los Santos and restore the disgraced names of both the Fong family and the Black Tiger. For those of you who are new to Black Tiger, this campaign is a great jumping-on point, as it contains nearly 350 pages of comic book awesomeness with 2 complete 6-issue Black Tiger story arcs, Legacy of Fury and Hidden Dragon. Start at the beginning with the 172-page epic Black Tiger Legacy of Fury, in which Pak Fong, the prior Black Tiger, has a strained relationship with his children. His daughter Jen is a straight as an arrow assistant DA, whom Pak has inadvertently lost in the shuffle as he focuses his attention on his prodigal son Eric. Unbeknownst to Jen, Eric is the heir to the Black Tiger power and an enforcer in the Red Dragon Triad, the most brutal gang in Chinatown. When an assassin's bullet ends Pak's life and grants the power to Eric, the family is shattered. Pak's web of secrets drives brother and sister onto separate journeys that collide as the fate of the city and the mantle of the Black Tiger hangs in the balance. All production is 100% complete as we continue our mission to bring you the very best in comic book entertainment. Join us for boundless imagination.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, who did the art on that, man? It's incredible.
Rod Looper.
Yeah, I was gonna say great art, great colors.
Yeah, colors.
You can tell Chris Graves is already a fan.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that, brother. It's been a process of learning, big time. I've been working with Rod since the inception of Black Tiger, so I think we first got connected on digital webbing in like 2004. That's how Rod and I, and for folks that don't know what forums are like, it's kind of like speed dating. You know, you're kind of like, hey, I'm looking for this, and then you're like, hey, well, I got that.
Amanda B says Looper is amazing.
Yeah, Looper's the guy.
What else is amazing is this awesome cover by Rini.
Oh yeah, that cover is so dope. She did an amazing job and representing some of the things that are going on in the story. There's you can see that ancient Mayan ziggurat behind her on one side, and you can see that basically it's a castle from feudal Japan. So what's happening in this part of the story is you start to learn more of the background behind Black Tiger, background behind the power, because basically as she's learning more about the power, that's how you're learning about it as a reader, as you're coming alongside her. And part of it is learning the history of Black Tiger, and as she delves into one of the powers that she has the ability to see in the eyes of the previous Black Tigers.
I was going to say, I don't know if Amanda means it in this. Like, I had no idea. Like, this looks like Rini. This doesn't look like Rini to me. Like, she went fucking. I don't know. It's just like it doesn't seem like her style. It's incredible. It's just,
you know what?
Rini, like she fucking went in on that.
Rini's dope, man. I mean, you already know that. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but it's like, I mean, even as a creator, you know, I mean, like we talked about what this would look like, and she was really cool because I was like, hey, you know, can we do it this way? And I know that it may not be kind of what she usually does, but she was just like, no, absolutely. You know, she's like, I got your vision. And she put it down, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Yeah. She did an amazing job on that. And the artist, the colorist, his name is Charles. He goes by Artisita1 if you on Twitter or on Insta. And his colors are amazing. I mean, and that's one of the great things about getting great line artists. I mean, is the lines are amazing, but then it's like you've got to get a great colorist behind them, or else you're actually subtracting from the work. And that was a lesson I had to learn actually the hard way when I first published Black Tiger myself through Diamond. I had Rod Looper, so I had amazing line work. I had a really good inker, but then my colorist was okay, and my letters, man, they were not good. And bad letters can take you all the way out of a story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All the way out. So, I mean, one of the things with this was, getting the book recolored, redoing the letters and getting folks that are really aficionados. I think, every level of it. You know, it's like people that think that inkers are tracers. That means you don't understand the craft. You know, people that think that colorists are coloring like they're doing a coloring book. They don't understand the craft. You know, they don't understand. You know, like even the rim lighting on this shot is great. You know, kind of what the colorist did with the rim lighting behind the Black Tiger. I mean, all those small things. You know, and it's like maybe even if you're not someone who is deep into the industry, we inherently know when something is good or not. So you may not be able to put your finger on it, but you're just like, that doesn't look so good. You know, so you need somebody that knows what the hell they're doing.
The colors on this, is this Soto also?
This isn't Soto. I wish I could have gotten Soto. Man, and that was a funny thing. When I first published Black Tiger, Soto did a couple of pages, and then I got somebody else to do the rest. So it goes from these amazing colors to these like doo-doo colors. You know, which is which makes it even worse.
Amanda B says Black Tiger is a beautiful book. While I thought the first one ran a little long, it was a monster. It's a great read.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Is that a Greg Horn cover to the first volume?
Yeah. So the first volume, the way all these volumes are broken up is they're basically broken up into issues. So the first 6 issues each have their own Greg Horn cover. Mm-hmm. So there were fundamentally 6 Greg Horn covers that accompany Legacy of Fury. So if you get Legacy of Fury, you of course get the Greg Horn cover on the front, but there's a image gallery in the back. So you get all 6 of the Greg Horn covers. And Greg Horn was dope to work with because with him, I was like, you know, I know that you do a lot of pinup art. He's like, yeah, but usually I do that because I don't know what's happening in the story. I said, well, listen, if I give you a synopsis of what's happening in each issue, because I know you're busy, you probably don't want to read all my stuff. You know, can we go about that? You know, go in that direction towards making the covers. And man, he went off. You know, I mean, he's like, I actually appreciate that because usually I'm just doing the pinup cover because I don't know what the hell's happening in the story.
So
that's a good way to do it, man. Covers are cool, like, you know, you can have some action shots or whatever, but it's always fun when it's telling a little bit of something what's going on.
Yeah. I agree.
Now there's, you know, close to 350 pages. Has Rod been the artist throughout?
He has all the way throughout.
Wow. So 350 Rod Looper pages. That's incredible.
But it's just been a long time. You know, we've worked on it over a course of a long period of time and in between other projects too. So it keeps it fresh.
Yeah, but you know? Like in the indie world, that's unheard of to keep the artist that long. That's incredible. So congratulations to you for keeping the team together.
Man, I appreciate it. Sometimes I just waited on him. He was doing other things. I'm like, okay, I'll wait.
And
he's like, if you want to get somebody else, I was like, no, I'm good.
Here's some of this beautiful artwork.
Yeah. Incredible. And, you know, I'm a big fan of martial arts. You know, so you're going to see all different kinds of styles of martial arts. I mean, she's, you know, her style is Kung Fu. I mean, this is one of 5 guys called the 5 Fingers of Death. He's Agbu Madu. He's an African wrestler. There's also a British pugilist that's a part of the 5 Fingers of Death. There's a Filipino stick fighter, the Screamador. There's a kind of 36 Chambers of Death kind of Chinese martial artist called Touch of Death. And then there's a shinobi. So those guys, that's kind of my, you know, they're kind of the hand, so to speak, to the main villain that she is starting to uncover that is coming after her.
Look at this. This is fantastic.
That's great.
Yeah.
So who's the inker?
So for this issue, Rod inked his own work.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's not the case throughout the whole book. So in Legacy of Fury, Arnie Starr inked over Rod's pencils. And he did a really good job in the inks. So, I mean, and you get to see, you know, the world is really I mean, it's really full now. Really been able to populate this whole city. You've got the Black Tiger and the void that was left when her dad is killed. You've got the Metahumans Activity Division. So these are police, but they receive private funding in order to be able to fight metahumans. And then they kind of find themselves as a result of the private funding, they kind of find themselves on other missions they didn't quite bargain for. You have kind of the group of metahumans, kind of my ode to the Morlocks. And you have there was a couple of girls that were fighting up top, and they're part of the Organizatia, which is basically bionic ex-KGB agents that are now stateside and running their business. So you have all these different groups in the city that are now vying for power since the original Black Tiger was killed. And so she's, of course, trying to bring stability to the city, but more than that, with the death of her father, who was a prior Black Tiger, she's trying to figure out who killed him. His name was run through the mud, both as the Black Tiger and as a cop. So her family name has been defamed. So she's trying to bring, reconciliation to all those things. The Black Tiger name, her name, the Fong name. So, you got to kind of have those elements. It's a little, like I said, tropes are fun if you use them and spin them properly. And who wants you want a kung fu story? You got to have some semblance of revenge in there.
Yeah, this black and white artwork is incredible.
I know. It makes it. That's why the colors, they're fantastic. But I think eventually we will release a black and white version.
Yeah. I can see that being very popular. But yeah, the colors are fantastic as well.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm excited. It's been a fun journey and kind of putting all this together and being able to deliver the second complete story arc.
I mean, with 350, almost 350 pages, if you went by like today's comic standards, that's about 17 issues. That's a 17 issue run of Rod Looper art that you could grab right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It just gets better as you keep scrolling.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he just did a phenomenal job. And, it's one of those things that it's kind of like when you read a series by a team and, okay, yeah, you're excited for that team. And then as the story progresses, you really see them hit their stride, as a team, on that run. And I really feel we've done a good job of hitting our stride.
So there's 3 covers to choose from for volume 2?
There are 3 covers. So there's the Rini cover, the Rod cover. I hadn't done this before, but that splash page is so dope. I was like, okay, I'm going to make that a cover option. And then another artist named Eduardo Vieira, he does a phenomenal job with cover art. And he's done some other covers for me before. So he did a really fun cover there of Black Tiger kind of on the hood of that Ferrari that you saw on the interior, but she's in a very different position, kind of pressed up against the glass.
No, it looks great.
Yes, sir.
I just realized your estimated shipping is January. That's only 2 months away.
Yeah, because I need to update that production completion area. I mean, the production is where it needs to be already. Yeah. So it's going to be more of a matter of, it may be a little slippage because of printing. But we should be able to turn this around pretty quickly. Uh-oh. Did I freeze? No.
Nope.
Mark froze.
Okay. I was like, somebody froze. Was it me?
Yeah. So like when you talk about the 36 chambers and the 5 fingers of death, man, I went right to like Wu-Tang. Like, I don't know if like
the
Wu-Tang Clan like soundtrack, Triumph. playing in the background, just fucking as I'm watching the fight scenes.
Oh man, that's like that. You know, that parts of that album are running through my mind when I'm, you know, when I'm writing this.
Yeah, like you could just feel it, like going as he was scrolling, and the way you were describing it, man. I'm hearing it in my fucking, like in my head.
Exactly.
Things were going. So
I'm telling you, man, it's like if I wouldn't get slammed for trademark and copyright, man.
Yeah.
You know that's exactly what would be rolling.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like you're like a tiger, and it just cut off, and I was like, I wanted to hear the fucking tiger style as it went through, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's good shit, man.
Before my internet gets any shoddier, let's go through these tiers.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Your featured tier is Black Tiger Complete. Is that all 3 covers to volume 2?
So that is for all 3. That's right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if you want to get everything, not all covers, but if you want to get all 3 books, the way it's structured is it's a la carte, and where the savings comes in is in the shipping.
Yeah,
because the shipping is really cheap that way. If you're able to do it kind of a la carte, pick one, whether you pick volume 1 or volume 2 or Legacy of Fury, you pick one, then you can a la carte the others, and really save on the shipping.
And then you have a digital option for $10.
That's right. So the digital option, I have a web reader on the site on Beyond Time Comics, so it gives you access to be able to read them, on the site on the web reader.
And then volume 1 of Hidden Dragon available as well digitally, $10.
Yeah.
And Legacy of Fury, this is physical. No, web reader, $20.
Yeah, so that's basically so you can get all 172 pages there digitally for Legacy of Fury.
And then you got
that's the Rini cover. So the thing was, like, I didn't get the colored image until like 3 days after the campaign launched, and I kind of wanted to. You can't replace. You guys know you can't replace the image when somebody backs it. But like, I also didn't want to just put up a new one because people were backing that tier, So I was like, so I mean, I probably should have just closed out that one and put up a new one, but I never did.
I think most people can follow along. Amanda says, "Tell JT to hold off on the porn downloads." Is that why my my internet's getting a little shoddy? Sean's messing around. For those that don't know, Sean lives with me and Chase here. Hidden Dragon Volume 2, Looper Edition. Get the Rod Looper cover, $25. Do the books come signed, John?
What was that?
Do the books come signed by you?
Oh, I'm willing to sign. The funny thing is I didn't even throw that in there, but absolutely.
Awesome. And then the Vera edition.
Yep.
For $25, and then like you said, a la carte volume 1, the Rod Looper cover, $25. This is a good deal. Not even a markup on the older editions.
Nope.
And then Legacy of Fury, the Grey Horn edition, $35. And then
I wanted to bring that price down more, but at 172 pages.
That's a great deal.
It's
they're already getting a bargain.
Yeah.
And then you got some original artwork here.
Yeah. So the first set of pages are pencils, some of Rod's original pencils. And then below that are some of his inked pages.
Yeah, these are fantastic.
Oh man,
yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, just
a lot of art collectors in CG. So
there are.
These are amazing. And then here you go. Here's the inked pages.
And
this artwork is just absolutely beautiful.
No, I've been. it's been really fun. And one of the things that Rod, I think he's right in his kind of summation of this, is he's like, listen, the books don't come out with the same periodicity that the mainstream books do. So he's like, I want every page that people turn to, I want them to be like, oh, snap,
No, a great attitude to have, man.
So I was like, kill it then.
Yeah, there's a ton of artwork for people to choose from. Rod's artwork is fantastic. I think, John, you may have talked me into getting the all 3 volumes tonight.
Nice. No, I appreciate that, brother.
This page right here, man. This one that's available for $500. This is a killer page, guys.
That black tiger with her standing there.
Yeah.
Sucky now. I was like, Rod, man, she's just standing there. I was just like, oh, my dude.
Yeah, let me find
my
that
dude.
bigger.
That one's yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you can tell, I mean, one of the things we wanted to do is she has different variations of her costume. That was one of the things that I always liked about the Wasp. Because I was like, a dude will wear the same costume. A woman's going to want to have different looks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she got to switch up her looks.
So she's got like kind of her long skin tight pants version. She's got her hot pants version. She's got her skirt version. She's got her, full dress version.
Yeah. No, that's great for the eventual Black Tiger action figures. Lots of variants.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Amanda says she has an original pencil page of number 2.
Nice. That's awesome,
Amanda's a big
Amanda.
art collector. She's got a lot of.
Amanda's awesome.
And she tells me that I'll enjoy it if I back it. So, yeah.
See, thanks, Amanda.
She's the best.
Absolutely, man.
Even though she doesn't like my 10-minute intro. So, John, what's the future of Black Tiger? Is there more in the works?
There's more Black Tiger in the works, man. We have another story arc that we have planned after this that we want to jump into. I've got a couple of other properties that I've published. Magna, I've published 6 issues of that into a story, and I have a couple other properties as well. So I'm going to jump back to one of my other properties for my next campaign, and then I'll come back to Black Tiger. So just trying to keep the ball rolling, man. Just trying to keep producing and trying to continue to build the body of content.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no better time than right now to do that.
Yeah, no, it looks like you're doing a great job right now. Do you have an end in sight for Black Tiger? Do you know how her story ends?
I do.
Yeah,
I do know how her story ends. I mean, she definitely has a beginning, middle, and end to her run as the Black Tiger. And one of the things that I want to do is I also want to start telling stories of some of the other Black Tigers. So some of the previous Black Tigers. So we'll start getting a little bit more of kind of like a full picture, a full view of Black Tiger after I reveal a few more things through this Black Tiger. Then I'm going to go back into the past. I mean, you've got to have like your Black Tiger in the 70s. I got my I've got a dope 70s story that I can't wait to tell.
Yeah,
and it's going to be
like a cool grindhouse type flick.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool team up story with another one of my characters. So some kung fu, some blaxploitation. It's 70s, man.
Enrico, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I think it looks fantastic, and I'm looking forward to see what the story is like.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Chris, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, man. When you were frozen in time, we were talking about just like the vibe. It's got that you know, that Wu-Tang feel, and you know, great action scenes. Art's fantastic. Killer cover by Rini. I wouldn't even recognize it.
It's the type of book Chris Graves would flip through, right?
Oh yeah, I'll flip through the fuck out of that thing.
Yeah, man.
I might even read that one. But no, that's the point, right? So it's just that energy, the action. Like you could just, you know, put your own story to it if you really wanted to. But it's just it's a fun book to look at.
Yeah, one of the things. I mean, I also a big lover of like those old Hong Kong movies. So it's like with the action, Rod and I really wanted to make it flow. So you can see on some of the pages. I mean, we really wanted to do kind of the old school Frank Miller-esque, you know, action sequences. Mm-hmm. So you'll have a blast with those.
And like I like how you have different styles and different backgrounds. You know, I'm a Street Fighter guy, so you know, there's a little bit of that to it too. Yeah.
And that's always the fun, right? I mean, that's one of the things, like even watching like MMA, you're just like, well, you know, this style against that style, mm-hmm. You know, and it's funny, you know, I was watching, oh man, it was Mike Tyson was talking, and they're like, hey, Mike, you know, what would happen if, you know, I think they said if you went up against McGregor or whatever, and he was just like, can he do like kicks and shit? He's like, yeah. He's like, he kicked my ass. You know, he's like, you know, it's like people and everybody was like stunned that Mike said that. He's like, he's like, yeah, I whoop most people, but like I'm a boxer.
Yeah.
You know,
if McGregor boxed him, he'd get his fucking head knocked.
Yeah, because he's like, you got to put this into some perspective. It's like, is it boxing, or he can just do all that stuff? You know, He's like, I don't do all those kicks and all that stuff on the ground, you know,
locks and shit.
Yeah.
Toe Jam says Wu-Tang
forever.
Oh yeah,
man. John, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Book is fantastic. I think you have 3 new fans now.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
And where can people find you?
You can find me at Beyond Time INC. On Twitter and on Insta, and then that's good, because then I can, next time I see you somewhere, I can get you to sign some of my stuff for yours. That some of the stuff that I got from you.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Man, thanks again. Any last words for people on the fence about Black Tiger?
Don't be on the fence. Black Tiger's awesome.
Yeah,
let's go.
You heard the man.
Let's go.
Well said. Go on that shit.
So before we wrap this up, Chris, where can people find you at?
X or Twitter, whatever the fuck we call that now. The Grave_site. TikTok, Instagram, it's Chris_Graves Art. And then Facebook, if you'd like, it's just Chris Graves.
All right.
Enrico, where can people find you at?
Enrico Botta on Instagram, Enrico Botta on X.
Amanda B says, check out the long trailer when you get a chance. Dying Days of YouTube did a great job, and it's a great representation of the book. I will check
absolutely
that out.
And Amanda may have provided some voice work on that too.
Hey.
Oh, we'll have to check out Amanda's voice acting.
Was she complaining?
Amanda's
kidding, Miss B.
And guys, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Coney Waves. Coney Waves on Indiegogo right now. The books are being prepped for the printer. We're gonna hopefully get these books back by November. You'll have them end of year. I read it. I think it's the best book Haunted Pizza has published so far. I only say that because Writhe Payne's coming right hot on its heels. So Writhe Payne on Indiegogo and Fund My Comic. Get those SpawnCon exclusives. Chris and Enrico will be signing them this weekend. They start shipping ASAP. So, guys, get on that. And we can't forget about Sean, Back Type 1. Don't be a bum. And we'll be back Sunday. Time to be determined. So we can possibly get Chris to join us to talk Phantom Fun World, but more importantly, do a full SpawnCon recap. John, again, I want to thank you for joining us. Amanda B, thank you for sharing the links, and we'll see you guys Sunday.
Awesome.
Later.
Awesome.